Untold Stories of World War I. In the annals of history, World War I holds a distinct place. It was a global conflict that changed the course of humanity. Still, there are many lesser-known narratives and forgotten experiences that seldom find their way into mainstream discourse. This intricate tapestry of events weaves together the tales of the Armenian Genocide, the Battle of Passchendaele, and the Harlem Hellfighters. One of the first acts of mass genocide in the 20th century unfolded in the heart of the Ottoman Empire. The event, referred to as the Armenian Genocide, saw the systematic annihilation of the Armenian Christian population, resulting in the death of approximately 1.2 million Armenians from 1915 to 1916. The term genocide, which was later confided in international law, originated from this mass murder. The key proponent behind this term was lawyer Raphael Lemkin, who was deeply impacted by the Ottoman atrocities against the Armenians. The genocide was predominantly executed by Ottoman authorities, who received support from auxiliary troops and, on occasions, civilians. These actions were conducted under the control of the Committee of Union and Progress, or CUP. The primary aim was to establish and reinforce the dominance of Muslim Turks in the central and eastern Anatolian regions by eradicating the substantial Armenian population. The genocide was closely linked to the events of World War I. As the war raged on, the Ottoman government started deporting the Armenian population from its northeastern border regions, fearing they might join the invading enemy troops. This action soon expanded to almost all provinces, regardless of their distance from combat zones. The victims of the Armenian Genocide included people killed in local massacres, those who died during deportations due to starvation, dehydration, exposure, and disease, and Armenians who were forcibly removed from their families and converted to Islam. The atrocities committed against the Armenians deeply troubled the U.S. ambassador to Constantinople, Henry Morgenthau Sr., who tried to rouse the world's conscience in response. This tragic event led to an unprecedented public philanthropic response in the United States, raising over $110 million to assist Armenian refugees and orphans. The shadow of the Armenian Genocide lingered into the Holocaust era, influencing key decisions and actions during the period. In the theater of World War I, one of the bloodiest battles fought was the Third Battle of Ypres, also known as the Battle of Passchendaele. This campaign, which took place on the Western Front from July to November 1917, was fought by the Allies against the German Empire. The battle centered around the control of the ridges south and east of the Belgian city of Ypres in West Flanders. The aim was to capture Passchendaele Ridge, which was crucial for controlling the main supply route of the German Fourth Army. The campaign saw intense fighting, and both sides suffering heavy casualties. Despite the harsh weather conditions and resource diversions to other fronts, the Allies eventually captured Passchendaele in November, marking the end of the campaign. The decision to launch an offensive in Flanders was controversial, and remains so to this day. The British Prime Minister David Lloyd George and General Ferdinand Foch, the Chief of Staff of the French Army, both opposed the offensive. Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig, commander of the British Expeditionary Force, or BEF, did not receive approval for the Flanders operation until late July. The choice of location, the selection of officers, the nature of the opening attack, and the human costs of the campaign have all been subjects of intense debate among participants, writers, and historians. The Harlem Hellfighters, officially known as the 369th Infantry Regiment, was an African-American regiment of the United States Army during World War I. The highest honor of bravery, the Croix de Guerre, was bestowed upon the entire unit by the French government, recognizing their remarkable contributions. In addition, a total of 170 individual medals of valor were awarded to honor their outstanding acts of bravery and courage. The Hellfighters originated as a National Guard unit, the 15th New York Colored Infantry Regiment. Despite facing numerous hurdles, the unit was finally established in June 1916. Under the command of William Hayward, James Reese Europe, a giant in the music scene of the early 20th century, joined the Hellfighters in September 1916, bringing a significant transformation to the unit. Europe was a gifted multi-instrumentalist and composer, as well as a tireless champion of African-American music and musicians. His enlistment was a turning point for the Hellfighters, as his regimental band is credited with bringing jazz to Europe, despite the initial lukewarm response of military service from the African American community. The Hellfighters saw an opportunity to create a powerful institution for the development of African American manhood. They believed that their race would never amount to anything politically or economically unless there was strong organizations of men who stood for something in the community. This belief, coupled with the desire to serve their nation, led to the formation of one of the most decorated regiments in World War I, the Armenian Genocide, the Battle of Passchendaele, and the Harlem Hellfighters. These narratives provide a unique perspective on World War I. They shed light on the forgotten experiences and lesser-known narratives of the war, adding depth and breadth to our understanding of this significant period in world history. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe for more intriguing videos on Decoding the Past.